Privacy is something that has many sort of layers and ways to make it precise or less precise. On a more precise level, it essentially means the ability to own and use Ether in such a way that you are not sort of disclosing full information about the history of that. And this is just a very basic thing, which has massive demand, by the way. I mean, just everyday users. It's very natural that they would want to have control of their ETH and not have full visibility. Especially people who want to, say, join Lunar DAO, and that's a whole another conversation. So on the one hand, it's something very sort of specific, but as you said, it's also a set of values and philosophies. We at FIRN think that, in general, I at least have a bias towards individual freedom, and I'm interested in how cryptography gives us sort of a tool in the toolbox to achieve that. I think blockchains are no exception. Generally the use of, say, encrypted chats and Signal and things like that has really started from something that was viewed as niche or fringe, and then turned into something that basically everybody does. We think that there's an analogy with movement of funds, right? I think that, on Ethereum, especially if Ethereum is going to grow and become some bigger part of society, you're going to need some level of funds privacy for the same reason that, we use WhatsApp or Signal and things like that.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, for me, it's privacy is the foundation of freedom and liberty, really. It's how you are able to talk to other people, to transact with other people in a way that, you are allowed to be truly who you are. And you don't have to be worried about other people or governments or what have you looking in on you and, analyzing every little thing you do, even if it's, Google analyzing every little thing you do. There's just that privacy is so incredibly important, and I think it's something that people haven't really thought about too much in the past, because in the past it was really pretty easy to have privacy. All you had to do was go in a room where there aren't other people there and you have privacy. But now, we don't have that anymore. It's every room you go into, you're carrying a phone, and everything you search on the internet, Google or Amazon, they're collecting that. And like Captain was saying, as Ethereum scales, and it will, and become much more of a kind of standard everyday thing people use for payments and whatnot, there really is an unmet need for efficient, fast, simple privacy, and we hope FIRN can provide that.
Yeah, right. So as sort of the ability to surveil, or the electronicness of everything increases, right, the need for privacy also increases. So, this is becoming more urgent. This is not just, us suddenly deciding that we want privacy because of some other reason. It's because we actually need it more, right? But yeah, I do want to say one other thing about this point I made about how privacy enhancing technologies sort of start maybe on the edge and become more mainstream. I mean, I think another side to this is how easy they are to use, right? When something is, extremely technically complicated, then it is sort of viewed as maybe fringe for good reason, right? And you would only use it if you had some really exceptional case or something, right? But as it becomes easy to use, it becomes much more normal. And I think that arguably we're doing that for privacy on chain with FIRN, right? Because our tool is much easier to use. It's much more stable and works better, has fewer bugs, more efficient than previous techniques.
Unchecked governments have eradicated privacy and truth. Those who resist are brought down swiftly, but we refuse to submit. Lunapunks are freedom fighters, protected by encrypted shadows. The future we're building is sovereign and uncensorable. The moonlit night is coming.